You can turn around. Come on, turn around.
I think you gotta flip it over.
Yeah, hit the button.
You gotta flip it.
Stop. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It ain't gonna kill you today, alright? Hey, turn it off. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, Facebook and YouTube. Good afternoon, good afternoon. How you all doing this afternoon? I apologize for being so late. Just had to take care of something. I've really been exhausted today. My grandson is over. He kept me up all night last night and stuff, so kind of exhausted a little bit this afternoon. How y'all doing this afternoon? I hope the Most High have really truly blessed you over and abundantly with love, kindness, and joy. I hope the Most High really truly have blessed your offsprings with wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I hope the Most High have really truly blessed you over and abundantly with love, kindness, and joy. I hope the Most High have blessed your offsprings with wisdom and knowledge and protection this week. I hope He really truly have. As for my week, it's been an okay week. I can't complain. I won't complain. It's just been, this week has kind of bothered me a little bit because I feel the tension in the air. And I really truly feel the tension in the air this week. With everything that's going on this week. It's really, things are ramping up. Things are ramping up with how the Most High is getting ready to judge the Americas. And I see that He's really truly finna bring judgment and chaos and commotion here in America, you know. So I see that. But let us go ahead and get started with Exodus chapter 20 verses 1 through 17. And it reads, And Ananias spake all these words, saying, I am Yahuwah thy Ananias, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And thou shalt have no other Ananias before me, and thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah thy Ananias, am a jealous Ananias, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahuwah thy Ananias in vain, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahuwah thy Ananias. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy sons, nor thy daughter, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore, if Yahuwah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it, Honor thy fathers and thy mothers, that thy days be long upon the land which Yahuwah thy Adonai giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness of thy neighbors. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And let us go ahead and read the prayer this morning. And it reads, O creators of the heavens and earth, of our radiance and vibrations, soften the grounds of our beings and carve out a space with us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to be bear fruits of our missions, and let each of our actions bear fruits according with our desires within your purpose for our life. Bestow us with the wisdom of produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that binds us. As we release others from the entanglement of the past mistakes, do not let us be seduced by that which distracts us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of present moments. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the creator, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. So let it be. Like I said, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. YouTube, good afternoon, Facebook. I hope you all are doing well today. I hope you all are doing well. If you could turn to the book of Jeremiah chapter 50. Turn to the book of Jeremiah chapter 50. I don't know if I've taught on this morning, but I was struggling to hear the Most High's word today, and I was like, man, Most High, what you want me to teach on? What you want me to teach on? And I was just struggling a little bit with that today. And I really didn't want to come on until he gave me a message. And, that's the thing. I just don't want to do things out of my will. I want to stay within his purpose for my life, you know. And I don't want to just give you something just to give it to you. I want to be able to make sure that it is going with what the Most High wants us to be doing. Okay? So Jeremiah chapter 50 verses 20, and I'm going to try to read all the way down today. You know, the Most High he's gonna do whatever he's gonna do in the word. So, you know, we just gotta take heed to the word. But let me go over some things real fast before we get started. Before we get into the word, I want us to understand something. I want us to understand something. I want us to understand this. I want us to understand this. In 2012, we had, you gonna turn the music on, baby? Or you need my phone? You gonna turn the music on? In 2012, we had Trayvon Martin get assassinated on February 26, 2012. The same year that we supposed to have the 2012 elections. And Trayvon Martin was a distraction from that. Then we had an election in 2016, which Alton Sterling got assassinated on July the 5th, 2016. 2020, George Floyd got assassinated on May the 25th, 2020. Also, just recently, Sonya Massey got assassinated on July the 6th, 2024, right before the Olympics, um, right before the votes. So what I'm trying to show you is that every year, every time there's an election that comes out, there are some major horrific events that take place that distracts people from focusing on what's currently going on in our society. There's always some major assassination that happens in our community right before the elections. So what it'll do is it'll distract us from what we actually supposed to be paying attention to something else, of something that the United States government and the police department have done to distract us from what's actually going on. Okay? That's has been for the last 4 years. Last 12 years. Trayvon Martin, Alton Sterling, George Floyd, and Sonya Massey. All of them was assassinated by the police department. Right in the same year that there was a major election that was supposed to be going on. Okay. Now, monkeypox, mpox. Monkeypox came out in 2020. Okay, 2022. It came out in 2022. I came out and said the other day that on Wednesday that the World Health Organization has declared monkeypox an international concern because of what was going on. Okay, but we gotta realize that monkeypox came out in 2022, right after the CV came out. Okay, because I want us to understand something. What they got us doing is always trying to be unstable in whatever is happening in the world today. They got us not wanting to be stable, not wanting us to have a stable mind, or be fixed on what's actually in front of us right now. Okay? They never want us to be focused on what is our reality, because they always throwing something in our way to destabilize us from what we really supposed to be thinking about. So they'll throw in Trayvon Martin, they'll throw in Alton Sterling, they'll throw in George Floyd, they'll throw in Sonya Massey. And they'll throw that in so that it can make us focus on something else more so than what we really supposed to be focusing on. So right after the CV had hit in 2019, 2 years after that they brought in monkeypox. So then everybody was worrying about monkeypox and what was going on with monkeypox, and then brought another fear onto the people about what's actually going to take place with them with the monkeypox, because monkeypox came out in 2022. So how the United States been dealing with monkeypox? They first said that it was a gay disease, and only men who was laying with men was supposed to get this monkeypox. But it was never just a gay disease, because now what they're saying in the Democratic of Congo, they saying that men, women, and children are getting monkeypox. So it's not a gay disease. It's a disease that now they have said it's an international concern. It's an international or global concern about this thing that's going on over in the Congos. But monkeypox has been around for a long time, and they quote unquote say they got something for it. But let me read you something. It says as of April, the U.S. has reported 744 cases of mpox in 2024. According to the CDC weekly reporting system, Wisconsin only saw 2 cases between January and April. New York City by far accounts for the most cases of any other city or state, with 151 cases in that 4th month. Okay? So, they said that New York is the only one. They said New York has the most cases of monkeypox. Then it says, how many cases of monkeypox are there in the United States? Okay. Since the start of the current global outbreak in 2022, in May of 2022, there have been 32,063 confirmed cases of mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, and 58 deaths in the U.S. As of January 10, 2024, CDC is no longer updating monkeypox outbreak U.S. case count. So they're saying that the United States is really not concerned about the monkeypox because the simple fact is they got a vaccine for it. They're not really concerned about it. But the WHO, the World Health Organization, is making it a global concern. Okay?
In 2024.
In 2024. Let me see something. I'm trying to see something else. Because I want us to understand something else too. Because we got these mass assassinations right before the elections. We always have these global events right before elections. And then we had this, let me talk to you about something else. Here it is. Let me read you a little bit of this article. It says, what is mpox? This is the Women's Health. It came out on the 16th of August 2024. It says, what is mpox? Symptoms of monkeypox are men warnings of potential international outbreak. The World Health Organization had declared a new strand found in Africa is a public health emergency international concern. I talked about this on Wednesday. So it's just so amazing that every pandemic starts off in Africa. And then especially in the Democratic of Congo, where they're getting all the minerals from the Congos. Okay? And it says the World Health Organization has deemed mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, a public health emergency of international concern. Then it says, after a surge of cases in the DRC, Democratic Republic of the Congos, and other African countries, the announcement was made on August 14, 2024, after the World Health Organization Director General met with the IHR Emergency Committee of Independent Experts to discuss data collected by the WHO. Then it says, it was agreed that mpox or monkeypox had the potential to spread further across countries in Africa and possibly outside the continent. The disease was previously given public health emergency the public health emergency Okay. Then it says that status in July 2022 after a multi-country outbreak of mpox spread rapidly across a range of countries where the virus has not been since before. It says this time a new strand of the virus has been found in over 100 laboratories, confirmed cases in 4 countries neighboring the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where the disease is considered to be epidemic. It says these countries are in Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, and experts believe the number of cases to actually be much larger. Last year in the DRC reported cases increasingly significantly. The number of cases reported so far in 2024 has already exceeded last year's total, with more than 15,000 cases and 537 deaths. So now they're talking about Sanya Massey and all these murders, all these assassinations before the elections. Then they always having to bring up a pandemic right before the elections. And this is something else that they're bringing up, okay? Then I was reading something else too, talking to you a little bit about today. Because they always trying to destabilize us from actually what's going on in the world today. And this is something we really got to truly be focused on. We got to be focused. And we have to be very mindful and clear on what is going on in the world. Okay? Always that. It says the cost of illegal immigration to taxpayers. Okay. Let me read you a little bit. It says the preliminary estimate that the illegal immigrants population grew to 12.8 million by October of 2023, up to 2.6 million since 2021, where the president took office. This is the net increase in the illegal population based on monthly Census Bureau data, not the number of new arrivals. So they don't know the number of new arrivals from October 2023 to now. But they saying that the immigrants, they have a population of more than 12 million, and it has increased to 2.6 since 2021. Okay, it says illegal immigrants have a negative physical impact. Tax pays minus benefits received primarily because a large share have modest level of education, resulting in relatively low average incomes and tax payments, along with the significant use of means test programs and other governmental services. It says prior to research indicates that 69% of adult illegal immigrants have no education beyond high school compared to 35% of U.S. born. So now what they're saying is when an illegal immigrant come into the country, it affects the country because they don't have any education. Okay, so when a person don't have any education, he takes the wages down. Okay, then it says, using a national academic estimate of immigrants' net physical impact by education levels, we estimate that the lifetime of a physical drain for each illegal immigrant is about 68,000. Although this estimate could, with some, varies. They saying that anytime an illegal immigrant come into the country, each immigrant gonna at least cost the United States $68,000. Gonna cost us at least $68,000. Then it says, illegal immigrants make extensive use of welfare. Based on government data, we estimate that 59% of households headed by illegal immigrants use one or more major welfare programs, compared to 39% of households headed by the U.S. born. Understand that. They're using way more benefits when they come into the country than U.S. born. Okay? That's how they're able to get jobs, business loans. That's how they're able to get $20,000 a month in food stamps, $5,000 a month on cash and housing and car benefits. Then it says, based on their use of rate of major welfare programs, we estimate that illegal immigrants receive $42 billion in benefits, or about 4% of the total cost of the cash, Medicaid, food, and housing programs. Examined in our studies, however, this is only a rough approximation due to limitations in the data. So that they're saying that you have, whenever you have all the immigrants that came over here to the country so far, and they saying this is a rough estimate, they have received over $42 billion in aid, when the United States government will not allow to give their own citizens the same thing. Then let me read you one more. It says, illegal immigrants can receive welfare on behalf of U.S. born children. Listen to that. That's why you see a lot of immigrants, illegal immigrants having 4 and 5 children. Why? Because illegal immigrants can receive welfare on behalf of U.S. born children. That means that anytime a U.S. Illegal immigrant has children over here in the United States, they can receive United States benefits. Then it says, also illegal immigrants' children can receive school lunch, breakfast, and WIC directly. A number of states provide Medicaid to some illegal immigrants, and a few provide SNAP, food stamps. Several million illegal immigrants also have work authorization, DACA, and some asylum applicants allow receive the EITC, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Then there's one more. It says the high welfare use of illegal immigrants' household is not explained by an unwillingness to work. In fact, 94% of illegal immigrants' households have at least one worker, compared to 73% of U.S. households. But the nation welfare system is designed to help low-wage workers with children, which describes a very large share of illegal immigrants. In addition to the consuming welfare, illegal immigration makes significant use of public education based on average cost per student. The estimate 4 million children of illegal immigrants in public schools create $68.1 billion in cost in 2019. The vast majority of these children are U.S. born. So now, when you have all these things going on in the world, you can be very unstable because your mental capacity of thinking about things is so horrific, because most African American people, black people, are saying, how can these people just come over here and take everything that we have and we not receive anything? I was listening to this young lady. I'm finna get ready to get started on the text in a second. I was listening to this young lady on TikTok the other day, and she said that she was a veteran, and she tried to get a business loan for a food truck. And the United States did not grant her a loan for her food truck. So what she did was she worked and she saved and she worked and she saved to get that food truck. So now I guess she's running into some difficult times. Guess who she's selling that food truck to? An illegal immigrant. And the only thing that illegal immigrant need to do is go to the bank and get the loan, and they will automatically give that illegal alien or illegal immigrant money to purchase that food truck. The word stable means to be fixed, firmly established, not to be easily moved, shaken, or overthrown. Steady in purpose, constant, firm in resolutions, not easily diverted from a purpose, not fickle or waving. That's what stable means. But this system has been creating us to have a destabilizing community for a long period of time. My daughter was having a service connected, ADT connected to her home that she just purchased, right? And the guy who came to put in the ADT system at her house was an illegal immigrant or an immigrant from Venezuela. So when I heard Donald Trump say immigrants are taking black jobs, on the average when you see a person from ADT or the cable company coming in, normally you would see him as a brother. But now, when I saw this guy from Venezuela coming in, working at ADT, installing a security system for my daughter, it blew my mind, and that's when it truly registered that, hey, this is crazy. They're getting jobs that we normally would have. So when he said they're taking black jobs, yes. Immigrants are coming in getting more benefits than more than the U.S. citizens are. And it's not just making us unstable, but it's making the whole society it's making societies unstable. But that's my rant for today. But let us go ahead and get to Jeremiah chapter 50, verses 20 through 46. 20 through 46. Okay. Everybody know that Jeremiah was a weeping prophet. Everybody know that Jeremiah his main concern was to be able to talk to the children of Israel about their behaviors. He was considered to be a prophet or a seer. And he also was speaking prophecy over the children of Israel and telling them that they would go into captivity, into Babylon, if they did not change their ways. But he also would be talking to Babylon that they will be destroyed because of what they have done to the children of Israel. And they will be destroyed because of how they did the children of Israel. And now we're at this point, and I want us to understand something. Yes, we're going to probably have a digital currency before the end of the year. Yes, we probably have another shutdown or another major pandemic before the end of the year. Yes, we probably have a civil war before the end of the year. Yes, we're going to probably have food shortages before the end of the year. Yes, the monkeypox is in water. It's in the water. You're going to be able to catch monkeypox or the mpox through water. So, these are the plagues that will be hitting the land of Babylon because of what they did to the children of Israel, for what they did to the people, because of what I just read you. All the information I just read you, it affected the Hebrew or the black community more than it affected anybody else. When it comes down to assassinating our people, when it comes down to the CV, or when it comes down to the immigration policies, all these affect us more than it affects anybody else. Every policy that we name, it affects us more than it affects anybody else. And they do it in an intentional way. But the Most High said He has to allow these things to happen, but He also said that He has to bring judgment on the nations for doing what they do. And this is what I want us to understand today in reality. Is that what we're going through here in the Americas and all over the planet is that, hey Sharon, how you doing? What you see here in America today and what's going on here in America, Shabbat Shalom, my sister. What we see here in America is judgment. We're seeing judgment on the land and in the land. And one thing we have to do is prepare for what's going on. We have to prepare for what's going on in the land. Basically, point blank, simple as that. You cannot continue to deny it. It's happening. You can't say that, hey, the Most High is going to take care of me. You can't say none of that. You got to physically and mentally prepare for what's hitting the land. Okay? And I don't want us to be like walking around the biggest issues as if we don't see it. But it's here. The situation is here, right in front of our face. It's just like we're waiting for Iran to strike Israel. It's here at the door. But let us go ahead and go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 20 through 46. And I'm going to read, and it says, in those days, in that time, saith Yahuwah. In those days and in that time means the last days. And we are in the last days. And in that time, saith Yahuwah, the iniquities of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none. And the sins of Judah, they shall not be found. For I will pardon them whom I reserve. So what the Most High is saying right now at this point in time here is that the sins that Israel and Judah have done, He's going to pardon them for their sins because they have done they have served their time. The word pardon means to forgive. The Most High said, I will forgive them whom I reserve. The word reserve means, let's look at it, because I want us to understand something. The word reserve means to swell up. That is, by casually make, reabundance, leave, remain, remnant. It means a minor of people, a small group of people. I will pardon them whom I reserve. Means remnant. Because right now, the judgment fell off the children of Israel in 2019. That's when all the judgments start going into other nations of people. When it started going to all other nations of people, that's when they started to see judgment upon them. That's when they started to see the judgment upon them. And that's what we see here in America, what's going on right now We see judgment on America. We see judgment on Europe. We see judgment all across the land. Okay? Let us go to Jeremiah. Let us just go to verse 4, because I want us to understand, what does he mean by in those days? In those days, in that day, said go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 4. Because in those days and in that day it's a specific time. In that time means the last time, last days, the last era. We're talking about a specific time. We're in that time. In those days, in that time, said Yahuwah, the children of Israel shall come, they and their children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek Yahuwah their Ananiah. See, right here, right now, the Most High has taken the fish scale off a remnant of people who is now seeking the Most High, because they actually see what's going on in the world. They actually see Yahuwah's judgment upon the land. And a lot of people are seeking because they know that judgment is here in the last days. Then let us go back to verse 21 and 50. Because this is a reassuring message to the children of Israel, but it's also for us to continue to prepare ourselves physically and spiritually for what's happening on the earth. Okay? That's something we got to understand. We got to continue to prepare ourselves physically and spiritually for what's getting ready to hit the earth. And we cannot put our heads in the sand about it. Okay? Because that's all I was seeing this week was, it's going to be chaos here in America. It's going to be chaos here in America. In Jeremiah 15:21 it says, go up against the land of Matharim. I forgot. Merathimon, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekah. Waste and utterly destroy after them, saith Yahuwah, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. See, right now, we have to understand that the Most High, I don't know why I did that. The Most High is getting ready to use a group of people to do what He wants them to do. The Most High is getting ready to use the children of Israel, and the Most High is going to get ready to use the children of Judah to be able to do what He commanded them to do. And that is to bring judgment on the nations of people. Because it says in verse 22, a sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. And see, that's what, when the Most High have taken the fish scales off your eyes, that's all you see that's going on around you. It's a great destruction. You see that the systems are failing. Even though they're trying to do a great job of keeping it covered, they can't continue to keep it covered. Because now they're talking about monkeypox again. They're talking about locking down the systems. They're talking about bringing a cryptocurrency in because we in $36 trillion in debt that we can't even pay back. Then it says, how is the hammer of the earth cut as under and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? See, the Most High used Babylon. See, the Most High used Babylon as a battle axe. she used Babylon as a battle axe or a weapon to discipline or correct the children of Israel. But what Babylon did was abuse her authority. She abused her power. That's what she did. Babylon said, when you go look at what Nebuchadnezzar did to the children of Israel, the Most High used Babylon to discipline the children of Israel. Then the Most High used Persia to discipline or correct Babylon. Then he used the Greeks to come against the Persians. Then he used the Romans to come against the Greeks. Because everybody in power has an issue, and they think that they're the ones that are in control, but in actuality they was not in control. They was just being used as a battle axe for Yahuwah, or someone who as a whooping tool. It says in Jeremiah chapter 51 verses 20 through 23, it says, "Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horses and his riders. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariots and his riders. And with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman. And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces young men and the maids. I will break in pieces with thee the shepherds and his flocks. And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yokes of ox. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers." And see, what we have to do is understand that the Most High will use a group of people to correct another nations of people. And now this is what we're getting ready to see. Once the war starts with Iran and Israel, once the war starts, the Most High is going to test our faith. He's going to be testing our faith during this process. And during him testing our faith, he's going to use a certain group of people to bring correction on the land. He's going to use a group of people to bring correction on the land. Okay? Because we got to understand. Listen to verse 23 again. It says, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut as under and broken?" See, the United States was the hammer that was controlling the whole world for a certain period of time. They was controlling the whole world for a certain period of time. But now her resources and everything about Babylon has been destroyed. Then it says, how have Babylon become a desolation among the nations? They're asking the question, how did the U.S. get put in that situation? How is it so desolate? But you got to understand what I just read to you about the right before the elections. You got to understand right with the how they treated the Hebrew compared to the immigrants. Mm-hmm. How they continue to bring these V's into our countries and force people to do things that they really don't want to do. Mm-hmm. How they have treated people around the world. Then let's go back. Let's go to verse 24. He said, "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. O Babylon, thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou wast striving against Yahuwah." See, what we thought the United States was doing was actually it wasn't doing what it thought it was doing. It was actually hurting the world more so than helping the world. Because it says in verse 23, how is the hammer, the weapon of Yahuwah? How is the weapon of Yahuwah, the whole earth, cut as under and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? How they did that? Because I have laid a snare for thee, and thou hast also taken. O Babylon, thou was not aware, thou art found. Because she thought she was better than what she was. Okay, this is what Babylon said. Okay, this is what Babylon said in Isaiah. Let's see something. Let us go to Isaiah chapter 47. Because this is what this is what Babylon said. This is what Babylon said. Because she was put on a high pedestal, she thought that she could do whatever she wanted to do. It says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that say in thy heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. This mindset that the U.S. have had for a long period of time, the Most High had intentionally did this to set her up to fail. Because the Most High said, I hate the proud. The Most High said, I hate the proud. And the Most High in Babylon is a very proudful nation. Proverbs 8:13, it says, the fear of Yahuwah is to hate evil, pride, and arrogance, and the evil way, and the foremouth do I hate. And see, the United States have been proud in their position for a long time. Why? Because they was a hammer against all nations. They was a hammer against all nations. Then it says in John 4:6, it says, but he giveth more grace, wherefore he said, God, Ananiah resist the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. So we got to understand that the Most High was using Babylon, which is considered to be the United States. He was using the United States for a certain period of time. But because of her mindset, she had a mindset that she was a queen and nobody else could sit where I sit. Not recognizing that the Most High was using her for a purpose. He said in verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee. The word snare means a trap. I set a trap for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. The Most High was saying, I did all this and you never paid any attention to it because you were so high-minded in your thinking. And see, when I talk to some people sometimes, that's their mindset. Oh, can't nothing happen to the United States. Oh, this won't happen to the United States. Oh, that won't happen to the United States. But you're falling into that same trap that the nation of Babylon is falling into, because you're not thinking that the Most High is in control. Because you haven't realized, we haven't realized in Galatians 6 and 7 Because it says, be not deceived. Ananias not marred, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. See, we don't realize that Babylon had been sowing a lot of wickedness around the world. And it's when you get yourself in a mindset of saying, I am the queen that sitteth up, the Most High done made a trap for you. And you're going to fall. Let us go to verse 25. Then it says, Yahuwah has opened his armory. Listen to this. Listen to this. Yahuwah has opened his armory, has brought forth the weapons of his indignations. For this is the works of Yahuwah Ananiah of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her. Listen to this. Listen to this part. Come against her from the uttermost border. Open her storehouses. Cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. See, understand that first part of the verse. Come against her from the uttermost borders. How did the immigrants get in here? I read you some about Aurora, Colorado this week, where they was taking up apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado, where they're robbing people and kicking in people's doors and doing all these other things up in New York City. See, they're internally they're destroying the United States. And we're not even paying attention to it because we still have that strong delusion of our mind. It says, come against her from the uttermost border. Open her storehouses. Cast her up as heap. And destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. And see, I was looking at a TikTok video from stores in California, right? These migrants are going around to these stores and just raiding them and just destroying them and taking everything that they want out of the stores. Don't think that they're just doing that in Aurora, Colorado. Don't just think that they're doing it in San Francisco. They're doing it all over, but they're just not reporting the violence that's happening around the U.S. Sharon was telling me this week where it was 2 immigrants from Haiti had raped a young lady and beat up her husband. And the lady who got raped, she was raped by knife point. So a lot of these incidents are not being reported on television because they don't want to cause panic in the U.S. It's a lot of stuff that's going on in Chicago that they're not telling people. So when we're looking at this scenario that's going on, all hell has broken loose. And that's the title of the text today. You know, all hell has broken loose because of what's happening in the earth. Because of what Babylon has done. Listen to this again. What the Most High said? He said in verse 25, Yahuwah has opened up his armory, has brought forth the weapons of his anger. For this is the work of Yahuwah the Ananiah of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. See, what we seeing now that's going on is all because of what the Most High want to happen. And I want us to understand that. everything that we see going on here in the U.S. right now, it's all because the Most High is allowing it to happen. And He caused it to happen. And that's something that we got to understand. Now let us go to verse 27. Listen to this. This is what we're seeing is the beginning of chaos. Because like I said Wednesday, nobody is asking where are these gangs from Venezuela getting their weapons. Even though they had news articles from New York saying that they was feeding these immigrants guns through their food banks. Okay? In verse 15:27 it says, "Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation." And see, that's the hard part about our reality, is that the day of Yahuwah's visitation on the earth has come upon the land. And we got to really understand that. We really truly got to understand that. Okay? Verse 28. It says, "The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahuwah our Anani, the vengeance of His temple." Listen to that again. It says, "The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahuwah our Anani, the vengeance of His temple." Okay. Right now, it's a lot of people leaving the United States. It's a lot of people preparing to leave the United States. And the reason why a lot of people are leaving the United States and preparing to leave the United States is because what they see that is happening. In Matthew chapter 24, and when we go to verse 24, Matthew 24, 15, 16, 17. Because what the Most High is saying, during the time when you get ready to see destruction on the land, He's telling you got to do something. He's telling you got to do something because this is His judgment. This is His wrath. Because on Monday, Sharon had a client, right? And the client husband works with bankers. And the bankers was telling Sharon's client's husband that, hey, it's going to be civil war in the United States. And you need to start preparing for that. And what the client husband told his wife is that, hey, he's finna get ready to start looking for land in Jamaica because of what he see that's getting ready to happen here in the United States. You got anything else to make a comment on? About what you telling me last night in bed?
Oh, he's selling some of his properties?
Yeah, because he's selling some of his properties because he know he's trying to get ready to leave the U.S. because of what's getting ready to happen here. A lot of people are making sure that they got a passport. A lot of people making sure that they are able to go to a location other than the United States where they can escape this mess that's getting ready to happen. because they see the judgment that is on the United States. Okay, Matthew chapter 24, verse 15, 16, 17, it says, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, let them which in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Understand that what the Most High is saying is, the times that we get ready to see, we have never saw it in our lifetime. That's why he's telling us to flee out of Babylon. Because what's getting ready to happen in Babylon. Because the people have already come from the border. The Most High has already brought the armory from the border. He have already scattered them across the land. Because you got to understand that it has been over just say hypothetically, 2.6 million people come in, illegal immigrants to come in from 2021 to 2023. But some statistics say that there have been over 16 million immigrants to come in the country. All military age. Okay, let us go back to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 29. Because let us see it again. It says, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon. See, because of what we see, the writing on the wall, it's time for us, some people, if you're able to flee, to get out of Babylon, because the U.S. Most High's armory is already here. And see, I told Sharon this. I said, if there's another shutdown, I'm quitting my job. If there's another demic, I'm not working no more in my life. I'm not playing no more games. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not working no more. I'm done. I'm not going through this anymore. And I mean what I say. That's why I bought an RV. I can live in my RV. So, in Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 29, it says, call together the archeries. Listen to this. Call together the archeries against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Listen to that. Listen to that. Call together the archeries against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow. Camp against it all around. Camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her works, according to all that she has done. Do unto her. For she has been proud against Yahuwah, against the Holy One of Israel. See, what we got to look at, right? What we gotta look at? What we gotta look at, right? What she has done to the people around the world. It says, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense, reward her according to her works, according to all that she has done. Do unto her, for she has been proud against Yahuwah, against the Holy One of Israel. Okay. In Revelations chapter 18 verse 6, it reads like this. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she has filled, fill to her double. So, the things that the United States of Babylon has done to the world, the Most High said, well, we're going to do double to her that way. That's why she is surrounded. She's internally surrounded and externally surrounded. See, Russia haven't left Cuba in those submarines. You got to understand that the CIA brought on disaster in Venezuela. So who's in the United States? Venezuelans gangs. Over 325,000 members of the Venezuelan gangs are here in the United States. Who's destroying Haiti? America. Who just raped a young lady in America? 2 Haitians. So you got a lot of internal and external strife that's going on to destroy the U.S. because of what she's been doing. The U.S. will not be stable anymore. Psalms 137, 8 and 9. It reads, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dash thy little ones against the stone. See, what the United States have done to other nations and people, now these people finna get ready to do it to the United States. They already here. They already doing it. It's an internal issue and an external issue. Internal is them coming from the borders. Y'all just saw me read that, right? Y'all just saw me read that, right? Where is it at? In verse 26 it says, come against her from the uttermost borders. Open her storehouses, cast her up as heat, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. And see, whoever is listening to me, please, not please, but understand your reality. Understand the situation. Understand that we have to go, this got to take place. Okay? Understand that. Listen to this. Verse 30. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yahuwah. Do you know what's really going on over in the Middle East? In Iraq and Syria with our military men? Do you understand what's really going on over there? How they're bombing the military bases? How they kicked the United States out of Syria? And Syria is taking back their oil wells? It says, behold, verse 31, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith Yahuwah thy Adonai of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. See, everything that we see going on right now is Yahuwah's doing. And it is nothing that we can do to stop it. It's nothing that we can do to stop it. Okay, Isaiah 55:11, I say it all the time. So shall my word be that goes forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall. See, the Most High is gonna, everything that He says is gonna happen is going to happen. It's going to happen. That's why we see the things that we see in the land today. That's why I talk to some friends, some people say, man, I don't go outside at night, I stay in the house. Too much stuff going on outside. Because they know it's so intense out here right now. Verse 32. It said, the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all around about him. So he said, we get ready to have some fires in our cities. And he said, thus said Yahuwah of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, listen. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah was oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahuwah of hosts is his name. And he shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to their land, to the land, and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. See, all this what you see is happening. What you see happening on the earth is because of this right here. What Babylon did. Okay, what Babylon did. It says in Isaiah 49:24-26. It says, shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? But thus saith Yahuwah, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contend with thee. Listen to that. For I will contend with him that contend with thee, and I will save thy children. And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine, and all flesh shall know that Yahuwah am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. See, That's what you see going on is, it says again, it says, in verse 33, it says, Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed. See, we still being oppressed. We still was shot in the street. We still didn't get right benefits. We still allowing people to come in and take our job. We still are being tried to be killed with these boils and all this other stuff. We still being oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong, Yahuwah of hosts is his name, and he shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. Listen to this. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, which means Babylon. A sword is upon Babylon. A weapon, a chaos is upon Babylon, saith Yahuwah, and the inhabitants of Babylon, upon her prince, upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dot. A sword is upon the mighty men, they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and their chariots, and all their mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. What? Listen to that again. A sword is upon their horses. All this is talking about the military. A sword is upon her military, and upon her military chariots, upon the mingled people that is in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. Listen to this. A sword is upon her treasures, her monies, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon her waters. See, when it says a sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed, see, we up on the $35 trillion worth of debt. We cannot come out of this debt. We are broke. We are broke. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven image, and they are mad upon their idols. Therefore the wild beast of the desert with the wild beast of the island shall dwell there, and the isle shall dwell therein. And it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwell in from generation to generations. Listen to this. As Ananias overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Yahuwah, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any sons of man dwell therein. Behold, a people shall dwell from the north, a great nation. No, it says, behold, a people shall come from the north, a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy. Their voice will roar like the sea. And they shall ride upon the horses, everyone put in array like a man to battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. The king of Babylon has heard the report of them, and his hands wax feeble. Anguish hold of him, and pain as a woman in travail. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan unto the inhabitants of the strong. But I will make them suddenly run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that would stand before me? Listen to this. Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahuwah, that he has spoken against Babylon. His purpose that he has proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations. Let's do this. Psalms 33, 11, and 10 and 11. See, what I want us to understand is Yahuwah is doing this because Babylon has oppressed his people for a long period of time. And because she has such a proud mindset, we have to understand that the United States has been proud, Babylon been proud for a long period of time. And the Most High got to correct that. It says, Yahuwah bringeth the counsel of the heathens to nothing. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of Yahuwah standeth forever, the thoughts of his mind to all generations. See, we got to realize that Yahuwah is making all these things happen. Yahuwah is making these things happen because it's judgment. Because all hell has broken loose. And nobody really wants to be able to accept it, but hell has broken loose. You got an immigrant, a bunch of illegal immigrants taking over apartment complexes. You got immigrants just walking around raping people now. You got illegal immigrants just going into stores, just taking over the stores and taking out of the stores what they want. You got illegal immigrants just going into places selling drugs. Last one, Revelation 17 and 16, it says, And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, they shall hate the whore which is Babylon, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For Ananias has put in their hearts, in their minds, to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the word of Ananias shall be fulfilled. See, everything that we see today, these people are doing it because Yahuwah has put it in their minds to do it, because of what has been going on in the world for a long period of time. That's why we unstable in the mind sometimes, because we don't actually know what it is. But those who know what it is, we're stable. But those who don't, they are unstable. That's why we got to really truly study the Word. So that concludes the teaching for today. All hell has broken loose. And we just got to really prepare ourselves. If you have a weapon, you better train. If you ain't got no food, you better get you some. If you ain't got no first aid, you better get you some. If you don't have no personal kit, no personal aid, get it. You better get you some water. You better get you a plan with your family, because it's really finna pop off. All of it gonna hit at one time, and it's gonna be like an explosion. So that concludes the teaching. Abba, as we come to you today, we thank you, we bless you, we praise you. We give you all the honor and the glory. Abba, we thank you for everything you have done and what you continue to do. Abba, we just ask that you continue to lead and guide us and cover us. Also, Abba, as all hell breaks loose, we just ask that you protect your anointed ones, the remnant, and continue to provide for them and lead them and cover them. Let them continue to hear the way you want them to hear, see the way you want them to see, and speak the way you want them to speak, Abba. And all these things we pray in your higher name. So let it be. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Thank y'all for watching. If you are watching, you got your stuff together, continue to practice. But if you don't, please get started. Hell is breaking loose. Thank you. You have a blessed one.
Ain't no peace up in that lane until we back in it. Jeremiah chapter 30, they do not fit it. Revelation 2 and 9, ain't no cap in it.